2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
All right, you've lived in this area a long time. You know the relationship between Maryland and Georgetown. What would you like to see?
What is the relationship between Maryland and
They're
Georgetown?
both very good athletic programs in the same general city, okay?
Okay.
Okay, in all kinds of sports. But in terms of men's basketball, how would you like to see this current situation resolved?
Not thinking about it right now, quite honestly. You know, we're winding down our regular season and heading towards postseason play. And this is not the time of year where I put any thought into out-of-conference scheduling.
There. Okay. Seton Hall, you said that was, top to bottom, not your best performance at all levels.
Correct.
What do you want to see happen against Nova that did not happen against Seton Hall?
Probably the exact 180 degrees at both ends of the court. You know, we were very bad against Seton Hall. Now you have to, as I have done, you have to give them credit, particularly Jordan Theodore, who put on as good of a performance as I've seen this year. You know, but that being said, at both ends of the floor, we have to be a lot more attentive. We just have to be better. We have to be better because Nova comes in here, and they can hurt us in a lot of the same ways that Seton Hall did if we're not significantly, if we don't dot our I's and cross our T's and play much better than we did the other day.
Was it X's and O's that you want to see improved, or is it effort?
I can honestly say all the above. You know, as a coach, you can, and so when X's and O's, I take it you're questioning what we did or we didn't do. And as a coach, you can break down that film and say, I wish I had done this. I wish we tried to do that. You from the start, I look at things that I could have done differently with things. And so there's some things that fall into that category. And then it comes just in terms of effort and execution, not necessarily effort, just execution on the part of the players at both ends of the court. So I mean, I truly believe overall, top to bottom, we all, from myself down to the managers, have to be better.
Let's be a little positive. In the whole big picture of where you guys are right now,
You know
what's pleased you? What's been a pleasant surprise? What have you done better that you didn't think you guys would? Where were you ahead of where you thought you'd be at this point?
You've heard me say this before. The viewing audience has heard me say this before. I don't think this is this is not the time of year to think about a conference scheduling. This is not the time of year to think about big picture items. And so, relative to where we thought we'd be at the start of the season, well, that criteria changes as you go along, quite honestly. And so, I think it's just, what are we pleased with? We're pleased, we're displeased. We just want to figure out how to beat Villanova.
No particular aspect, no players?
Nope.
No? All right. What is Villanova? I know you don't even look at or care about what the record is because any Big East team can beat another Big East team. I know that. But what do they do? What kind of problems do they present for those of us who haven't seen a lot of them this season? What are they? I know pesky defense. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think pesky is not accurate. They're a very good defensive team. They do a good job of trapping and running and jumping and switching, and their defense is aggressive in a manner that it's hard to fall into a flow offensively because their whole goal, or a big goal, I should say, their whole goal is to be disruptive and not let you run patterns. So against them, we have to be basketball players, not think about necessarily plays or sets. The guys just have to follow their instincts.
Are you conscious? I mean, you've been through several Big East seasons now. Is this the point in the season where you have to be conscious of kind of tapering down practices and being really efficient so not to burn out your student athletes mentally and physically because they're beating up on each other in this conference?
Yeah, I think that does happen. As the year progresses, once you get to this time of year, we do. A lot of times they know the language that we're talking. They know what we need. They know what we want to do, and so we do pare things back just a little bit. From the mental strain perspective as well as the physical strain. With that being said, this is the time of year where every team is beat up and sore and nicked. Every team is going through the rigors of what's going to happen in the classroom. So we're no exception. We're no different than any other team, any other program, any other school in that regard.
We're sorry we got in late. Could you just talk about how big Saturday is? Amongst all of the other sort of we got here late. It's our next game. It's a game coming off. It's a follow-up game where we did not play well, and so we're just hoping to put forth a much better, significantly better effort than we did the other day. And your listening audience has heard me say every game is a big game.
What is the notion that coming off a tough loss, a bad loss, as you just said, how does that change
a team's sort of vigor or focus coming into another game?
Hopefully, we will be that much more attentive. I think our group, quite honestly, in general, has been attentive through wins, through losses, through the course of this season. But we're just going to perform well.
Can I ask you about Jeremy Lin, since you've got some Ivy League background yourself? What do you make of all this?
It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know that I can say anything that anyone else has not said. I mean, he's playing better for the Knicks than he did for Harvard. And so, it's a great story. He's clearly someone that has put in the work and loves the game. And you see his passion while he's out there. And so, as a basketball fan, this is a story that's been fun to watch.
For you, is it even a little more special or unique? Because you know about the Ivy League. You've coached there, and you've seen these kids.
I think as it relates to the Ivy League, as well as other levels, I think it just speaks to the fact that, if given the opportunity, there's so many good players. If given the opportunity, a lot of guys can crack through.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.